G'day everyone, on here clocking up a few extra Ks on the treadmill, and in this video we're going to talk about some of the one of our earlier blogs about the myths and misconceptions of treadmill running. So treadmill running can be a really useful tool for those where there might be inclement weather, it's dark outside, so for safety reasons, and for them, all of us unlucky Victorians, especially those in Melbourne at the moment, we're only limited to 60 minutes of running, outdoor running a day, and so a lot of runners are turning to the treadmill to top up their exercise, especially for their long runs. So one of the first myths with treadmill, and one of the common ones that people will use, is the 1% rule. So that means, putting the treadmill up on an incline, and the idea behind that is that the incline accounts for air resistance. Now, unlike cycling, which is done at a lot higher speeds, running outside, really there isn't a huge amount of wind resistance there, and especially for running at slower speeds. So putting a 1% on a treadmill is actually not really necessary. And if we look at in our post, we put up a nice little graph that looked at when that wind resistance might come in, and it's sort of looking at under 4 minute Ks. So if you're sort of doing your long, slow, easy runs, there's really not a need to do that. Now, one of the things that you'll find sometimes with a treadmill is that the speed is, you tend to be running it faster than what you would outside. A couple of reasons why that is, and it's not necessarily due to wind resistance. One is it can actually be the treadmill are miscalibrated, so you can't always rely on what a treadmill is telling you. So one of the things, and this goes back to how we like to program our runners, and we like to go by effort. So we like to make sure if you're feeling at the set speed on the treadmill, if you're finding it quite easy, we'll just simply bump the speed up a little bit. So that's where we tend to prefer people to increase the speed rather than actually increase the inclination. The other thing that people tend to say is, treadmill running messes with your form. And there was a great study done by Van Huren, which was a systematic review that looked at it was actually just done this year, looked at all the different studies comparing treadmill running to outside running on the ground. And what they found was they found that there wasn't a great amount of difference. So there wasn't a great amount of difference. There were little things here or there. We tend to run with a slightly shorter stride when we're running on the treadmill, but by and all, there wasn't a big difference. The same thing goes actually with muscle activation. So a lot of people will sort of say, if you run on a treadmill, too much running on a treadmill, then you'll get lazy glutes, or muscles will switch off, and the treadmill's doing the running for you. There's been some conflicting evidence with this. Some studies have shown that there is a difference, and other studies shown that there haven't. So it might come down to like anything, down to the individual runner for that one. But by and all, if we looked at collectively the studies, there's not a lot of difference there in terms of muscle use. So you're not likely going to develop lazy muscles from running on the treadmill. The other thing that the treadmill can be useful for is for injury, and some of the things that we tend to find with treadmill running is that it tends to be less impact on bones, and also tends to be, so it's great for those that are coming back from a stress fracture. Treadmills might be more suitable to running on the treadmill rather than outdoors. And the other one is plantar fascia. It also tends to be a little bit more tolerated as well. So plantar fascia and bone stress injuries, medial tibial stress as well, might be better suited for earlier running on the treadmill. And when it comes to Achilles, we actually find that Achilles loads are higher, and this is a study by Rich Willey found this, and so those with Achilles tendinopathy will tend to encourage them to more run on ground rather than the treadmill early on. But later on down the track, there's no issue there at all. So there's sort of some of the main myths that we tackled in the blog. If you want to read more on that, then please head to our blog on that topic. Otherwise, I'm going to get back on the run and finish off clocking up a few extra Ks. So enjoy your week, everyone. Have a nice active one, and we'll catch you online next time. See ya.